Inpact Models. Inpact Models was a British plastic modeling company that specialized in early aircraft and only lasted 2 years from 1966 to 1967. They only made 10 different kits, and all of them were in 1:48 scale. Impact began making models with a series of 6 pre-World War I flying machines based on the 1965 movie, Those Magnificent Men and Their Flying Machines, a British comedy about a fictitious air race from London, England to Paris, France. The movie was set in 1910 and was a major motion picture. It was filmed in England with an international cast who portrayed their actual nationalities. But it was the accurate-looking flying replicas of early aircraft that were the real stars of the show. They were made for and flown in this film, which predated computer graphics. Although the film is set in 1910, some of the aircraft are actually from 1911 or later, and they had to be modified with more powerful engines and modern materials to make them safer, more flyable, and reliable for filming. There were a total of 6 flyable machines, and shots that show more than 6 in the air at one time are composited images. Impact used the movie to promote its new kits through what it dubbed the Veteran Series. The Deperducin, which was a non-flying original machine, and the Avro triplane replica were exactly the airplanes as seen in the film, but many of the others are stand-ins. The 1966 releases and their movie counterparts were the Blériot kit, P-101. This airplane is represented by a flying replica of the Vickers Type 22, which is essentially a British-made Blériot. In the movie, it was flown by Count Emilio Ponticelli of Italy, who was portrayed by Italian actor and comedian Alberto Sordi. The Martin Handicide is Kit P-102, which in the movie was represented by a flying replica of the Antoinette IV, which bore a striking resemblance. This was the mount of British Army Captain Richard Mays, portrayed by English actor James Fox. The Deperducin, Kit P-103, was an actual, non-flying, original Deperducin aircraft. The Avro biplane, Kit P-104, does not appear to have been represented in the movie, at least not that I could find, but it is sold as part of the series. The Bristol box kite, Kit P-105, was the airplane used by American actor Stuart Whitman's character, Orville Newton, although it is inaccurately referred to as a Curtiss aircraft with an Anzani engine, called the Phoenix Flyer. The Avro triplane, Kit P-106, is what British comedian and actor Terry Thomas's character was flying as he portrayed the scheming Sir Percy Ware Armitage. It was a flying replica of an Avro triplane. The movie was an enormous success, making nearly $30 million on a roughly $15 million budget. That's about $298 million US in 2025. It was the 4th top-grossing movie of 1965. This may help explain why the idea of launching an entirely new kit model company using an airplane series based on these old machines was initiated to begin with. Impact released 4 other kits in 1966, this time of interwar biplanes. They were the Gloucester Gladiator, Kit P-201, the Hawker Fury, Kit P-202, the Bristol Bulldog, Kit P-203, and the Fairey Flycatcher, Kit P-204. Impact had announced 3 more pre-World War I Pioneer aircraft kits as additions to their Veteran series at a trade show in early 1967, but they never came to be. They included the Bristol monoplane, the Blackburn monoplane, and the Valkyrie Tail First monoplane. By the end of 1967, Impact had been dissolved and its molds sold to Pyro Models of the United States. Pyro made the Bristol Bulldog, the Gloucester Gladiator, and the Hawker Fury in 1969 and added the other 7 kits in 1970. Pyro also made kits for the Chas L. Stevenson Limited Company in Auckland, New Zealand. All of Pyro's molds were sold to Lifelike Hobbies in 1972, including the former Impact molds. According to the 1973 Lifelike catalog, they were making all 10 of the Impact kits at the time, but the range was later reduced to 7. The Bristol box kite, the Avro triplane, the Deperducin, and all 4 of the interwar biplanes were put back into production. Lifelike Hobbies sold its molds between 1977 and 1982, and Lindbergh Models acquired many of them. The interwar biplane kits were put back into production along with the Deperdussin, Blériot, Martin Hannasyde, and Avro biplane. At least two of the kits, the Gladiator and the Flycatcher, were made for sale in Venezuela. Some of the kits had new boxes made as recently as 2007 and had runs of the kit made in 2014. And the Fury and the Flycatcher were even sold as a two-kit set called a value pack in 2017. Lindbergh even had 48-piece puzzles that came with the pre-World War I aircraft kits. The kits and all their incarnations are still available. Some from Lindbergh under Round 2, and online for older runs. Even the original Inpact Kits are still available on such sites as eBay, ranging between $10 and $100, depending on the condition and the seller. The Gloucester Gladiator is the only one of these kits I have made personally. I built the Lindbergh version, and it is a good kit. I had no trouble building it. I was actually very happy with it. These smaller companies like Inpact that are around for such a short time and have such a limited run are very difficult to research because there's not that much information on them out there, and much of what is out there is often somewhat mistaken. A great deal of the information I've just used was researched by our channel friend Paul Adams in New Zealand and our friend Eric of Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. I want to give a huge thank you to both of them. So have you built any of these kits? What did you think? I'm Max of Max's Models. Take care, and as always, model on.